Hi everybody, Johnny here. I hope you're doing great today. You can find more good math at jmathpage.com. Today we're looking at multiplication. And we're looking at multiplication using arrays. An array is a way of organizing information or data. Let's try this out. Let's think about going outside and what we might wear. And I'm thinking we should start by thinking about what hats we might wear. So, let's see. We could have a red hat. We could have a blue hat to wear. Or we might have a yellow hat to wear. Okay. Looks a little orange to me, so we'll call it orange. But we also need to wear something else, right? We also need to think about a jacket we might wear. Now the jacket we might wear might be, let's say, we might have a green jacket, right? We might have a purple jacket. Or we might have, let's see, a brown jacket. Maybe it's a little boring, but we can have a brown jacket. Okay, so these are all of our choices. Now, if we're wearing a red hat, these are the choices of jackets we might wear. So we might start by wearing, let's see, green jacket. We could have a red hat with a purple jacket or a red hat with a brown jacket, right? Okay, that's good so far. What about our blue hat? Our blue hat, we could be wearing a blue hat and a green jacket, a purple jacket, or a brown jacket. All right? And then what about our orange hat? Well, with our orange hat, we could be wearing a green jacket, a purple jacket, or a brown jacket. Okay, those are all good choices. What if we thought about it the other way around, though? What if we started with the jackets and decided what hat to wear? We could start with our green jacket and wear a red hat, a blue hat, or an orange hat. We could start with our purple jacket and we could be wearing, let's see, a red hat, a blue hat, or an orange hat, right? Or we could start with our brown jacket, and with our brown jacket we could be wearing a red hat, a blue hat, or an orange hat. Do you see all the different choices here? Now, every one of these is different than any other one. You'll see that here the red line crosses the green line. That doesn't happen anyplace else. Here it's blue crossing green, orange crossing green. Here it's red purple, blue purple, orange purple. And here it's red brown, blue brown, orange brown. Every one of them is different. So every one of them is a different choice. No two ways of wearing hats and jackets are the same. So let's think about this as an array. You have 3 choices of hats and 3 choices of jackets. You have 3 columns of hats. 1, 2, 3 columns. And you have 3 rows of jackets. 1, 2, 3. An array is organized in columns and rows. And now we can see all the different possibilities. Okay? So let's count them. Let's see. We know that this first one, red hat, green jacket, is one choice. Blue hat, green jacket is a second choice. Orange hat, green jacket is a third choice. Red hat, purple jacket, a fourth choice. Blue hat, purple jacket, a fifth choice. Orange hat, purple jacket, a sixth choice. Red hat, brown jacket, a seventh choice. Blue hat, brown jacket, an eighth choice. And orange hat, brown jacket, a ninth choice. So there are 9 choices altogether. So this is an array that tells us information about the choices we have with hats and jackets. Let's think about it in terms of multiplication now. One way we can think about this is that we can think about the number of choices we have. So in terms of columns, we have 3 columns of choices. So we can say we have 3 choices of hats compared to the rows, which are 3 choices of jackets, right? 3 choices of jackets. Now let's think about this for a moment. We have 3 rows by 3 columns, 3 choices by 3 choices. We can write this as 3 columns by 3 rows. 3 jackets, 3 hats by 3 jackets. And if we count how many choices there are, 3, 6, 9, we can say 3 times 3 choices gives us 9 choices altogether. Okay, so we can see how an array becomes multiplication. Now I'm going to give you a different model of this, all right? This time we want to think about arrays again in terms of rows and columns. Remember, rows are horizontal and columns are vertical. Let's number some rows for ourselves, okay? Let's see, let's start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. We're going to have 5 rows going across. Okay? Now we're going to have columns. And in our columns, we're going to number these as well. Let's see, we have 1 and 2, 3, 4 columns. Now, there's nothing in our columns yet, is there? And we have nothing in our rows, so we'll have to put something in them. I think today we should use hats, don't you? So let's put rows and fill our rows and columns with hats. All right, so this first row I'm going to fill with hats. How many hats will be in the first row? 1, 2, 3, 4 hats. In our second column, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 hats. In our third row, 1, 2, 3, 4 hats. In our fourth row, 1, 2, 3, 4 hats. In our fifth and last row, 1, 2, 3, 4 hats. Now we've made our array. Here you can see our columns were different colored hats, and our rows were different colored jackets. Here our columns are numbered. This is the first column, second column, third column, fourth column, and our rows are numbered too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the same question we had before, how many hats are there? That all depends on the number of columns and the number of rows. So let's work this out together. If we look across our first row, how many hats did we have altogether? Well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 hats altogether. If we add our second row, 5, 6, 7, 8 altogether now. Add our third row, 9, 10, 11, 12 hats altogether. Our fourth row, 13, 14, 15, 16 hats altogether. And our last row, 17, 18, 19, 20 hats altogether. That's important for us to know. Now, before we said here, 3 choices of hats by 3 choices of jackets, 3 by 3. Here we'll say 4 columns by 5 rows. Just as we did here, we did hats and jackets. Now we're just counting the numbers of columns and rows. 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns by 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if we write this out as we did here, we have to say that we have 4 columns by 5 rows. And how many hats did we have altogether? Well, we counted them. We had 20 hats altogether. So 4 by 5, or 4 times 5, gives us 20 hats altogether. All right, so I've given you two examples of arrays. One kind of array helps us decide what kinds of choices there are and all the different possibilities. Another way of using arrays is to count things in terms of a grid, organized in columns and rows. Both of those have to do with multiplication in the ways that we've shown you. 4 columns by 5 rows becomes 4 times 5, which gives us 20 hats altogether. I do hope this has been helpful to you.